Hello everyone and welcome to another Historic video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Soulflayer deck in Historic format. So the card that we're going to be checking out today are these two cards called the Ketchermos, the New Dawn, and the Loot the Pathfinder. But before we start, if you don't know, the whole point of this deck is to fuel the Soulflayers and the Urborg, the Scavengers, so that they can get the keywords that they exile. So going back to the new cards, the Ketchermos, the New Dawn is going to provide Menace, Lifelink, and Indestructible, and the Loot the Pathfinder is going to be able to provide Double Strike, Vigilance, and Haste. The only thing that you need to watch out for here is the fact that the Soulflayer actually doesn't get Menace, but the Urborg, the Scavenger, actually does. And considering that the Ketchermos is an off-color card, we're actually only going to be playing 2 copies of it, and the only way you're going to be able to hardcast this is going to be through Sylvan Caryatid and Mana Confluence. But the reason why we're still going to be playing it is not only because of the keyword Indestructible and Lifelink, but if you do hardcast this card, anytime you activate your Urborg the Scavenger ability in exiling a card during your turn, it's going to draw you a card. Same with the Soulflayer. If you cast this card, you're going to be able to draw a card with the Ketchermos, and it's also going to enable the Ketchermos to attack, which is also equally powerful. And the other card, the Loot the Pathfinder, is definitely a card that you can hard cast in this deck as well. Like I said, we have 8 different ways of casting an off-color card in this deck, and if you do manage to hard cast the Loot the Pathfinder, you're going to be able to activate the Exhaust ability, being able to draw 3 cards, or even deal 3 damage to any target. Or better yet, you can even ramp into things like Zetalpa or the Cragplate Bellot. Those are options as well. So honestly, I'm actually kind of excited to try this deck out. I believe it's going to be a little bit of a meme, but hopefully with the addition of looting as well compared to something like an Explorer deck, the deck should be a lot faster. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Historic Best of 3 to show you guys how the deck does. So let's hop on over. Okay, I don't know what happened. My game just froze. And we're starting with in the middle of a game. Okay, so what happened was I played Thoughtseize, took away their Thoughtseize because they had 2, and then they Thoughtseize my Deep Cavern Bat, and as they did that, I drew another Deep Cavern Bat, taking away the Oath of Nissa. So that's what happened so far. No land. No land. Not gonna play the Bogart Trawler here, which could be pretty deadly actually. Because I'm about to Scavenger the Sylvan Caryatid. Boom. Boom. Man, that kind of sucks that the beginning was cut off. Now they're gonna play Bogart Trawler. Sure. I'll go Grizzly Salvage. Oh, wow. I mean, we just take the Soulflayer, I think. Menace Lifelink or this entire keyword. Okay, here we go, opponent. Easy game. Okay, this is like a Soren combo deck, right? Soren Alenda, the usual stuff. Probably. I'm gonna bring in more Thoughtseizes and probably take away the Fatal Push. And maybe a Disruptor Flute for the Soren and Haywire Might. Which one's better, Malevolent Rumble or Grizzly Salvage? I mean, surely the Rumble is just better, right? So white has a lot of like exile spells, so like we definitely don't want to take out any like hexproofs. Maybe the Ketramose is bad here, but I'm hesitant. Maybe maybe it's Grizzly Salvage. Okay, sure. Could be like a pretty scary I'm gonna go with the Malevolent Rumble here. Get a land. Belia, okay. When this enters, each opponent sacrifices a creature or vehicle. Each opponent who can't discards a card. Wait a minute. This is good. Boom. Oh my god, my opponent's helping me. Thank you, opponent. That was very kind of you. Yeah, that was very kind of them. Oh, actually, no. I forgot that... Okay, that's a bit awkward, what happened. I forgot that we don't have a hexproof. Oh god. Oh god. Whoops. That's my bad. Yep, that is yeah, that is a problem. And also this one, this one sacrifices a creature, so okay, I just had a brain fart, basically. But they can't blink the monument without killing the Felia. Okay, there's Soren. Maybe I should have thought seized. Yeah, maybe I should have thought seized. Okay, so we would have actually lost anyways. But okay. Let's do that again without brain farting. So the Caryatid makes our Soulflayer better. Inquisition. I mean, maybe I should have saved the Sylvan Caryatid. 5 cars in the yard. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, Belmerk. I don't think they win the game automatically, even if they get Sorin. Because they can't really target the Soulflayer. So I guess that's a perk we have. Okay, well, they can't really target my stuff, so they're gaining like 4 life with the Saint Alenda per turn, I guess, with the Felia, but Felia does have to attack though too. So I don't know. I don't know who wins this race. We are gaining life and we have like vigilance and stuff. Oh no. That's bad. The tech. The tech. Uh-oh. That's funny. Oh my god. Okay, when you're playing a deck like this, where it's like super brain dead, you also become brain dead playing it, you know? Ooh. This again. Discard again. Oh my god. Okay, I think I have to switch that to a Blood Crypt. Oh, you know what happened? I meant to add the fast land and I added the Virgil. Oh my god. Yeah, that is not what I wanted to do. Well, that's actually really good. We have a Soulflayer that's coming out with the loot. Energy? I can't quite use a Grizzly Salvage here. Wait, hold up. probably want to play a land. It's not the most strongest Soulflayer, but next turn I can make another Soulflayer if I wanted to. Man, what are these games? Like, the Soulflayer is just insane. What's going on? Is it the best card? Yeah, is it the best card? I wonder. I'm gonna take out Grizzly Salvage. The more I play with the Grizzly Salvage, the more awkward it is because the green and black actually doesn't go well together with the Eldrazi spawn. Yeah, this is supposed to be a fast land. I'm gonna correct that the next game. Maybe one Haywire, since a Culling Ritual can also get rid of graveyard hates that they can bring. Yeah, look at that. I think I'm still gonna keep it because I have a Sylvan Caryatid and Malevolent Rumble. I might just go Rumble first before playing the Caryatid out. No, actually, playing out the Caryatid is actually not that bad because after Path of Pearl, I can put cards in the yard, you know? So maybe I'm supposed to play this. And then the following turn, I'll Path of Pearl. Like, when I get a chance, you know? Two mana, also the Pride. I mean, I can run it out now. But it's not... It doesn't have that hexproof. Okay, next turn. We'll do it next turn. Goblin Bombardment. Okay, that's pretty strong. Oh, that's really strong. Into a Static Prison. So I'll just take less damage. Since I'm gonna be using Path of Pearl here anyways. But this is super strong what they did. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm taking 11 damage. That's fine because I'm also gonna be gaining life here. Is this the best card? I got a bit greedy and then, I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be dying anytime soon with the Soulflayer coming. Yeah, I'm taking so much damage. They must be on mobile. So we want haste and hexproof, flying and lifelink, indestructible. Do we need this actually? We already have life and... Actually, instead of this, I'm already gaining flying, so I'll take that. And gain back some life. Easy game. Man, Soulflayer just destroying the meta. Just destroying the playground. What's going on? I can talk Enuma into a Soulflayer. Okay, so that's a fatal push. I'll probably talk Enuma here. Okay, so this is a Mardu Titan Giant deck. Mardu Giant deck. Interesting. We got the Scavenger. We got the Scavenger. I wonder if it's actually worth playing this. I think they're going to play Kroxa here. So if I play the Scavenger, they can just proc the, you know... Like if they had a untapped land fatal push, they can actually get rid of my Scavenger. So I'm actually gonna do it like this. Deep Cavern Bat. I'm gonna probably say... Do I have to pick it? Wow, you can't just not pick it. I didn't know that. Okay, we found a Zapalta. So I can... I can Soulflayer or Scavenger. Soulflayer or Scavenger. I think I'm gonna go with the Soulflayer here. Zapalta. Haste. And Hexproof. Takenuma. Probably that. Did I shock? I forgot. Okay, Kozilek. They're gonna get rid of my Scavenger. Probably. No? Why did they get rid of a Deep Cavern Bat there? Interesting. But sure. I mean, they must have something if they did that. I don't have any hasters. Okay. Well, it's a Belmerk. It's a Mardu Belmerk with Plages and Croxa. I think we get Haywire Might, maybe Surgical, maybe Ghost Vacuum, Grizzly Salvage out, as usual, and maybe like a copy of a Fatal Push out. Nice. We have a very nice end. Inquisition. All right. Two-mana card, another Thoughtseize. Not gonna get rid of a Caryatid. Saving the Takenuma for mill. Roxa. Let us play Ketramos. They have their own Ketramos. Okay. Sure. So I'll just take away their Croxa here. Do they have a way to exile on their turn? Is the question. Another Croxa. That's kind of annoying. Sylvan Caryatid. Oh. Pretty good. Loading. More Soulflayers. I wonder if I should use the Soulflayer here. There's nothing there. There's not even a haster. I think I'm just gonna play looting again. Oh, wow. I mean, if they play that, they lose, so I'll just keep this. Ophelia? Ophelia's actually not gonna do anything. Because this has a hexproof. Wow. Hexproof is the key to winning, apparently. Okay, acceptable. I'll take away a land. Maybe a Grizzly Salvage. Okay. Does this give any creatures? Ah. Okay. They play Break Expectation main deck. Harvest. Pillage the Bog. Sorin. Nice. Okay, that's the card that I was actually looking for. Oh. Well, I guess I'm taking away Jarsel then. I thought they would have like the Soaring combo, but nope. Okay, that's acceptable. Since I also top decked the Deep Cavern Bat. Okay. Stop. Well, they're all kind of bad. Yeah, they're all kind of bad. Wouldn't you want to cast this first before casting the Break Expectation? Hello? What's going on? I guess I would need Faithless Looting. I would need a land next turn to loot plus play a 2-mana card. Like if I get a Soulflayer, that is. Man, what is going on? This is crazy. I'm just not seeing anything.
I cannot be killed.
We're halfway into our deck. Oh, that's funny.
This is not my final demise.
Wow. Okay. Let's draw 3 cards. What in the world is happening here? Ketramos? Where's my Soulflayer or Urborg? What? This is truly bizarre. Well, the thing is, they can't actually attack, because if they do, they lose. Yep, they can't really attack. We have 21 cards remaining. Okay. I would say this was pretty insane game, you know? The fact that we still just could not find Urborg or Soulflayer until here, right? So Zapalta, and then Lifelink Flying. And then Haste. And then whatever. I think they're dead if I do this. Because if they block, then they take 8 and die. Okay, we need Thoughtseize, obviously. Maybe Surgical. And Haywire. Flute. They're playing Jar Soul. Like, I would normally not consider Fatal Push against that deck, but they play Jar Soul, which is a bit weird. Also, they're on Jund, so I think Indestructible is good enough. So maybe I cut the Bellot, but it is haste, so I don't know. Maybe I take away the Ketramos here. But it's really good if they bring Graveyard Hates. Oh god, I'm running out of time. -1 Surgical, -1 Disruptor Flute, minus Haywire Might, and -1 Loot. Okay, go. I think this can actually work. Unless I get Thoughtseize here. And then they take away my Faithless Looting. But I'm going second, so I get a 2 looks at it. Okay, so they went for that. Okay, we found a land. Zapalta. And a Ketramose. Okay, still no Barrack. Into another. Loot. Into a harvest. And a bog. I'll just play this immediately. So at least they don't have the combo. I mean, they might actually take out the loot because I'm gonna be able to cast it soon. They could take away the Fatal Push. Well, the loot is coming. I could just get combo to death here. That's a possibility. They shock it into an Alinda. That's not a good sign.
Welcome to the family.
What? That makes no sense. We can still win if we get a Soulflayer here. Nope. We can still win if we get a land into a Soulflayer. Nope. Rip. That's crazy. They play way too many discard spells. Yeah, they play way too many discard spells.
This is but a taste of my power.
A bit too much, actually. Block and then kill the Sorin. And then chump block the 8/8. It's not so bad, I would say. They can just recast it with Jarsoul anyways. Okay. I think this game's over then. So we haven't been drawing these Soulflayers or Urborg as much as we like. And we have a 61 card for some reason. I feel like if I just stop the Sorin, the game is over. So hopefully we do that this time. 2 games in a row. We just had such a hard time getting to our first Soulflayer. So we got more lands, but we got a Copperline Gorge. I'm not sure if man, why couldn't it be just Thoughtseize instead of Break Expectation, right? Would that have been like so difficult? I don't know. If it was anything else, it would have been so nice. Dude, we can't even draw our first Thoughtseize. And my opponent's just like, bam, 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 you know? Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, these are not looking good, I will say. Opponent, come on, man. What are you doing? That's all they play. Do I have to play this? I don't know. We might just be dead. Yeah. I mean, I think the difference was we mulliganed too much. We never had Thoughtseize. And yeah, that's basically the problem there. Yeah, as I say that, now we get Thoughtseize. Yeah, that's definitely the difference there. Because if we just had one Thoughtseize, the game would have been completely different because they wouldn't have been able to get this Elenda down, right? Alright, so played 7 games, only lost 1 game to a very discard-heavy Sorin Elenda deck, where we also... The first game was really good because we drew Thoughtseize and then we Thoughtseized away their Elenda, and the game was over. The second and third game, not only did we have to mulligan a lot, but we also didn't like see any of our discard spells to stop their combo. We didn't see like any Thoughtseizes or Deep Cavern Bat, which was, I think, the reason why we lost there. Compared to Explorer, I played a similar version of this in Explorer. Obviously, the Faithless Looting doesn't exist, Malevolent Rumble doesn't exist. So, like, the difference between the two format, the power level that these two bring to the table is just unreal. It's incomparable. very consistent Soulflayers and Urborg the Scavenger, like on curve, can just win you the game. And it was like, the games are just so fast. Because as soon as you get this down, you just win the game automatically most of the times. There was actually one game where we just could not, for the life of me, find a single Soulflayer until we went all the way down to 20 cards. So that can happen. But yeah, with like the Malevolent Rumble, Grizzly Salvage, and the looting, you're just digging so much in this deck. It's actually insane. One thing I will say about the Grizzly Salvage is I think this card can be a Belmerk. So it can definitely be a Belmerk, but one thing that Grizzly Salvage does over the Belmerk better is the fact that it can get you a land, because we are playing a very low land count. We're playing 20 lands, and without the land smoother from best of 1, we played this in best of 3. But even despite that, we actually didn't really feel that we played 20 lands until the very last match, where the last 2 games that we played in that match, we had to mulligan a bit just to find a decent looking hand. But the reason why I don't really like the Grizzly Salvage too much is because on turn 2, it's almost always better to Malevolent Rumble instead of the Grizzly Salvage. But if you do that and then you have Grizzly Salvage left in your hand, well, the Eldrazi spawn doesn't really work with, you know, a black and a green color pip. Plus, a Soulflayer being double black also doesn't help either. So the only card that pairs up well with the Malevolent Rumble is if you have another Malevolent Rumble or a copy of an Urborg Scavenger. We also saw the power-ups, the Ketramos a little bit. It wasn't too crazy. Most of the times you're not going to be hard casting this, considering that we only have 4 white swords, plus we also have additional 4 from the Sylvan Caryatid, but so we have 8 sources of white. That's how I was able to get the Ketramos down most of the times. And speaking of the Mana Confluence plus the Sylvan Caryatid, we also got to see a little bit of a loot, the Pathfinder hard casting action. That was also cool. We also got to exhaust to draw 3 cards, which was sick as well. So yeah, very fun deck. Had a blast. Games are super quick because as soon as this card comes down, it's kind of like Sorin and Lenda in a sense. Like if this card comes down, you just kind of win the game. But the plus side is like, even if you play against a Sorin and Lenda, if the Soulflayer comes down or the Scavenger comes down with the Hexproof plus double strike and flying and stuff like that, so even against Alenda decks, like they can't really do anything about it. It started as kind of a meme, but it seems like it's actually pretty strong. Yeah, that is gonna be it for today's video. Maybe this deck can have maybe more discard spells like in the sideboard, but that's gonna be up to you. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.